Good morning and welcome to Saturday Morning Coffee Break. Today we're going to be discussing aligning security initiatives with organizational culture. Pour yourself a fresh cup and let's talk about why your security program might be failing and how to fix it. You know that when you're trying to get your teenager to clean their room by leaving increasingly stern sticky notes on their door, that's essentially what most organizations do with cybersecurity. They create policies, send mandatory training emails, and wonder why employees keep clicking suspicious links and using password 123 for everything. So here's the uncomfortable truth. I've learned after years in cybersecurity, technical solutions are easy. Cultural change, that's a real challenge. My first thing for you is the Great Security Theater performance. Walk into most offices on Monday morning and you'll witness what I call security theater. The elaborate performance where everyone pretends to care about security while systematically working around every safeguard we've put into place. The sales team shares passwords in Slack because the CRM login is too complicated. Marketing uses personal Gmail accounts for campaign work because the approval process for new software takes 3 weeks. HR stores sensitive documents in unsecure cloud drives because the official system is too slow. Does this sound familiar? You're not alone. The problem isn't that people don't understand security, it's that security requirements often clash head on with how work actually gets done. So, culture eats security policies for breakfast. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates this disconnect. I once worked at a fast paced organization where the unofficial memo was move fast and break things. Their security policy, however, read like it was written for a nuclear power plant. Every action required multiple approvals. Every new tool needed a security review. Every password needed 16 characters with symbols from at least three different alphabets. What happened? Employees became incredibly creative at circumventing security measures. They used personal devices, shared accounts, and found workarounds that actually made the organization less secure than if it had no policy at all. So, what's the lesson? Your security culture must match your organizational DNA, not fight against it. Let's read your organization's cultural signals. Before you can align security with culture, you need to honestly assess what your culture actually is, not what the mission statement claims it to be. Next is the speed versus security spectrum. Some organizations generally value deliberate, methodical processes. Others reward quick decision making and rapid iterations. Neither approach is wrong, but your security program needs to match your reality of your organization. If you're a move fast culture, your security needs to be invisible and automated. Multi-step approval process will be ignored and or bypassed. If you're a measure twice, cut once organization, employees might actually welcome more thorough security reviews. Now, a popular topic, risk tolerance reality check. What does your organization actually do when it's faced with risk? Do you have a lengthy discussion and seek consensus? Or does someone make an executive decision and just move forward? Your security program should mirror these decision making patterns, which leads to communication styles actually matter. Some culture communication through formal channels and official documentation. Others operate on informal conversations and tribal knowledge. Trying to push formal security awareness training in a casual relationship based culture is like wearing a tuxedo to a barbecue. Technically appropriate, but you're sticking out for all the wrong reasons. Now it's the art of security jujitsu. Instead of fighting against your culture, use its momentum to advance your security goals. This is what I call security jujitsu, redirecting existing culture forces to strengthen your security posture. For innovation driven cultures, frame security as an enabler of innovation, not a barrier. The new authentication system will let you access resources from anywhere. Sounds much better than this system will restrict unauthorized access. Same technology, completely different cultural message. For efficiency focused cultures, lead with time savings and productivity gains. This password manager will save each employee 30 minutes a week, which resonates much more than this will improve your password security posture. For people centric cultures, make sure that you emphasize protection and care. These measures help us protect our customers' personal information and maintain their trust. Connects better than technical compliance requirements. Making security the easy choice. The secret to cultural alignment isn't making people care more about security, it's making security behaviors the pattern of least resistance. So remove friction, do not add it. Instead of requiring complex passwords, implementing single sign on so people only need to remember one really good one. Rather than blocking services, provide approved alternatives that are actually better than what people were actually using. Work with human nature. People will always take shortcuts when they're under pressure. Instead of trying to eliminate shortcuts, make sure the shortcuts lead through your security controls, not around them. Celebrate wins. Don't punish failures. Most security programs are great at pointing out what people did wrong, but terrible at recognizing what they did right. Change this dynamic. When someone reports a suspicious email, acknowledge it publicly. When a team successfully implements a new security tool, share their success story. So here's a manager's security dilemma. Here's things get interesting for leaders. You need to model the behavior you want to see, even when it's inconvenient. If you tell your team that security is important, but then you ask them to this once share their login credentials so you can access something quickly, you've just communicated that security is optional when it's inconvenient. If you implement a clean desk policy, but your office looks like a paper hurricane hit it, your team gets the message loud and clear. Cultural alignment starts at the top, and it's often the small, everyday actions that matter most. So, some practical weekend action items. This weekend, try this. Take an honest inventory of your organization's security culture gaps. Walk through your office or think about your remote team's typical day and ask, where do we ask people to choose between getting their job done and following our security policies? What security measures do people complain about most and why? When we implement new security tools, do we lead with benefits or restrictions? How do our leaders behave when security measures slow them down? So, the Monday morning fix. Pick one small friction point and solve it. Maybe it's simplifying a process, providing better tools, or just communicating differently about existing measures. Small wins build momentum for bigger culture shifts. So play the long game. Building a security conscious culture isn't going to take a day or an annual training requirement. It's an ongoing process of alignment, adjustment, and authentic leadership. The organizations that get it right don't have the most sophisticated security tools or the strictest policies. They have cultures where security feels natural, not forced, where doing the right thing is also the easy thing, where people understand that security is about protecting something valuable together. So, our coffee break challenge today is this coming week, pay attention to the informal conversations about security in your organization. What do people actually say when they think leadership isn't listening? Those conversations will tell you more about your security culture than any survey or assessment. Remember, you can't mandate culture, but you can cultivate it. And in cybersecurity, culture might just be your strongest defense. So, as always, stay safe and stay secure, everyone.